Good morning, students. Hope all of you are in good health and have done all your papers in a well manner. From today onwards, we are again resuming to our classes and we're going to start with our chapter number 4, that is business services. Okay, so first we're going to understand what do you mean by business services. Now, services refers to all those activities which, though they are intangible in nature, but ultimately and indirectly satisfy our needs and wants. Okay, so intangible means the things which we cannot see and touch, but still we can feel it. So services are in that particular nature only. For example, when we are visiting a doctor, at that time his medical prescription and advice which is being given by him is intangible in nature, but yet we can feel it. That is known as your business services. Okay, now we're going to do difference between goods and services. Now, goods are something which is physical in nature. We can see it, we can touch it. Suppose a flight ticket. But the services is an activity. It is a journey which you're going to do with the help of that particular flying ticket. Now, character, that is goods can be touched and felt. We can see the goods, we can touch the goods, okay, but services cannot be touched at all. So, example can be for the goods, a book is a good, but services are the chapters which are being taught from that book by a teacher is known as your services. Type, products are homogeneous in nature. Now, how they are homogeneous in nature? When we are purchasing two of the dairy milks from any of the shop, they are homogeneous in nature. You can feel that particular, every time when you are going to purchase the product, you will be having units of that particular product and they will be same in nature. Okay, but services are heterogeneous in nature. Every time when you are visiting a doctor, doctor will not be giving a uniform prescription each and every time. The things will be changed. The advice of the doctor will be changed. That is why they are heterogeneous in nature. Separatability, the production and consumption can be separated from each other. Okay, the person who is doing the production of the goods and the person who is consuming the goods, all together they are different, and moreover the person is also having a separation from that of the consumption. Okay, now the production of consumption takes place simultaneously. Okay, we can purchase the goods from that of any general store and consume that particular thing later on also. But what has happened with the services, if you want to enjoy a movie, at that time you must be present over there and there itself. That is known as your character of services. That means the production and consumption takes simultaneously. Okay, if you want to enjoy a hotel or a restaurant food, at that time you have to be present in restaurant or hotel to just purchase that particular food and enjoy the lavish interior and the tasty food of that particular hotel. Okay, inventory, goods can be stored at stock for future use. Okay, now goods can be stored for future use, but what is happening with the help of services, services cannot be stored for a future use. You cannot keep a thing कि एक मूवी का एक्सपीरियंस आपने अच्छे से बैग में भर के रख लिया और उसको आप बाद में देखेंगे. That kind of thing cannot be there in case of services. Coming to the next one, involvement. Active involvement of consumer is not required. Okay, on my behalf, any another person can also go and purchase the product. But in case of services, active involvement of the consumer is necessary. If you want to enjoy the movie, you only have to go and not your friend. So these are the difference which we have seen in goods and services. Coming to the next one, that is features and characteristics of business services. Intangibility. Though business services cannot be seen or touched, yet they can be experienced. Okay, we can experience those particular services. Okay, with the help of activities which are being performed. Example, when a teacher teaches a lesson, the student can experience it was a wonderful session, it was a boring session, it was in a bad manner or in a good manner. So intangibility means though we cannot see, we cannot touch, but we can feel it. Inconsistent in nature, there is no standard specification. I'm telling you thousands times. Every time you purchase 40 rupees of dairy milk, you will find the things कि वो taste में, वो look में, वो प्राइस में, वो लुकिंग और पैकिंग वगैरह सब में सेम होगी. बट व्हेन वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द सर्विसेज, इट विल बी अकॉर्डिंग टू द डिमांड एंड एक्सपेक्टेशन ऑफ द कंज्यूमर्स. डिफरेंट मोबाइल प्लान्स आर देयर फॉर डिफरेंट कस्टमर्स ranging from that of ₹10 to ₹1000. So these are the services which are being given by Airtel or any other Vodafone company to just meet the needs of each and every consumer. Inseparability. Now, according to this lecture, services cannot be separated from a service provider. Okay, when you are visiting a doctor, advice can only be given by a doctor. His peon cannot take a place of doctor and give you the advice. So services cannot be just separated from a service provider. It must be given by only that person who is an excellent in providing that kind of services. Okay. Inventory. Now, services cannot be stored for a future use, nor it can be consumed before the consumption date. Okay, आपने फ्लाइट टिकट लिया है, उसमें जो डेट मेंशन है उससे पहले आप जर्नी को एंजॉय नहीं कर सकते और उसको आप फ्यूचर यूज़ के लिए नहीं रख सकते। मैं 15 साल बाद इसमें पर्टिकुलर इस टिकट से जाऊँगा, तो ये दोनों ही चीज़ें उसके साथ नहीं होती। वो प्रेजेंट सिचुएशन में सर्विस चलता है एंड यू हैव टू अवेल द सर्विसेज इन दैट प्रेजेंट सिचुएशन ओनली। यू कैन नॉट स्टोर इट फॉर द फ्यूचर यूज़, नॉर यू कैन जस्ट any sort of you cannot avail those services before any your consumption date. Okay. Next one is your involvement. Active participation of the consumer is involved. Now, as we know, services can only be provided by service provider. In the same manner, services can only be availed by those person who actually want to get the benefit of that particular services. When I am visiting a doctor, I fall ill, तो मुझे ही जाना पड़ेगा। ऑन माई प्लेस माई ममा माई पापा विल नॉट बी एबल टू गो एंड कि आप मुझे देख के उसके लिए दवाई दे दो, ऐसा नहीं हो सकता। ठीक है ना। सो एक्टिव पार्टिसिपेशन ऑफ कस्टमर इज वेरी नेसेसरी in order to enjoy that particular and experience that particular services. And this is how we have completed with the characteristics of services. Please start copying down notes on your notes copy. Have a great day ahead. Bye bye.